Alrighty, Shalom. Before I start off, like the first and foremost, give all honor, glory, and praise unto our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and Jehovah or Yahweh. Alright, whose true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue are Yahweh. Yah meaning He, Hawa to be, to exist, Ba Hashem in the name of His only begotten Son, our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Yah meaning He, Hawa Shai, deliverer or Savior. All right. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, timeless truth. And as always, peace and blessings to the elect from the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. And this is a quick hit. This is the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, the 5th verse. It says, "These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." All right, and pretty much to summarize the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, it goes into the meaning of the discipleship, all right, and us coming in the stead of the disciples, all right, our mission as the men of the Lord, as the disciples of Yahushua, is to go out into the world and preach His word, all right, to bring forth fruit. Okay, so Yahushua commanded His 12 disciples to go and preach to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right, which is what we're doing in these latter days. All right, and some context as to why the Lord told the disciples, "Into any of the Samaritans enter ye not." Right. So why would He say not to go into any city of the Samaritans? All right, and teach them, because of the heathen that dwelt there. All right, which is a cut to the idea that the heathen nations can make it. All right, because Samaria, at one point in time, that was a capital of the northern kingdom of Israel. All right, the lost sheep was referring to the 12 tribes of Israel, which were lost, scattered. All right, pursuing like I brought out in my last lesson, Jeremiah, 17:4, how the Lord has said, thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage which I gave thee. All right, so us being scattered into those Greek city-states, right, as He had the apostles were, sent to teach to those Jakes that were calling themselves Greeks, that were keeping the customs of the Greeks, right, going back to the Hellenistic period. They were, they didn't know who they were, all right? Therefore, they became, the lost sheep, all right? Which the Lord Himself said He is not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, okay? But, it was as a result of our captivity, right? Us being scattered, we became those lost sheep, all right? We didn't know who we were. We were in that dead, dry bone state, like the book of Ezekiel goes into, without the knowledge, all right, and understanding, okay? But here in this latter time, we're waking up, all right, and we're out prophesying and warning, our people to, and bidding them back to the marriage, all right, bidding them to return unto Yahweh Shem Shai, repent, all right, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, all right. But it says, verse 6, "But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand." So, pretty much I want to get context as to why the Lord has said, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." All right, but when you go back into the history, the heathen were placed there, all right, which the nation of Israel, after the death of King Solomon, you had the split between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. All right, Jeroboam took the northern kingdom, which were the 10 tribes, and Rehoboam ruled over the southern kingdom and the cities of Judah, right, which were the 3 tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But I'm going to go to 1 Kings 16 and 24. And this is how Samaria got its name, all right? 1 Kings 16 and 24, and he bought the hill of Samaria. Talking about Omri, the king of the northern kingdom. And he bought the hill Samaria of Shemer for 2 talents of silver, and built on the hill, and called the name of the city which he built after the name of Shamar, owner of the hill, Samaria. You see? But Omri brought evil in the eyes of the Lord, and did worse than all that were before him. For he walked in all the way of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and in his sin wherewith he made Israel to sin, to provoke the Lord power of Israel to anger with their vanities. All right? So now let's go to the next chapter. Salaki. This is 2 Kings 17 from the top. It says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, began Hosea, the son of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. All right? And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hosea became his servant and gave him presents. All right, so he was, like it says in the LNT, King Shalmaneser of Assyria attacked King Hosea. So Hosea was forced to pay heavy tribute to Assyria. Verse 4, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, and went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria, and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed them in Halah, and Habor, by the river of Gazan, and in the cities of the Medes. All right, so we were carried away captive, right, as punishment, okay, upon our people because of our transgression against the Lord. All right, and we were sinning and going off. All right, which when you read Leviticus 18 and 26, it says, ye shall therefore keep my commandments and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, talking about the heathen that we drove out, right? The Canaanites, those Hamites, all right, out of the land to possess it. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled, that the land spew not you out also, when ye defile it, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them shall be cut off from among the people. Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your power. But see, our people did not hearken. Our people chose to provoke the Most High to wrath by serving other gods, all right, by the worship of idols, all right, and taking on the customs of the heathen, right, who they drove away to possess the land, all right, which is why, the Lord had us removed from the land, okay? So the Lord stirred up Shalmaneser to remove certain of us into those provinces in Assyria. All right. Now let me go to 1 Chronicles 5 and 26. It says, "And the power, the God of Israel, stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria," which they say, certain scholars or whatever, they say that this was Tilgath-Pileser III, who had two sons. I believe it was Sargon and Shalmaneser V. All right, who we read of, in the second book of Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right, because you had the northern kingdom removed out of that land. All right, and then come 722 BC, during the end of the Assyrian rule. All right, you had certain of them leave those provinces in Assyria to come over here to the Americas. All right, but you had certain of them that stayed behind. Okay, in those provinces, those Assyrian provinces, modern day, over there in the Middle East. All right. But it says, and the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, and the spirit of Tilgath-Pileser, king of Assyria. And he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them into Halah and Habor and Harah, and to the river Gazan unto this day. You see? Now, and this Tilgath-Pileser, again, would have had to been Tilgath-Pileser III. Yep. All right. Hold on. Now I'm going to go to which they place his reign, I believe, sometime around like 730 BC, if I'm not mistaken, sometime around then. All right. Because the last king, the Assyrian Empire, I believe, fell around 722 BC. Okay, and then you had Nebuchadnezzar II, coming into power, and hence the Babylonians coming into power, right, or ruling, and eventually they came against the southern kingdom and carried us away captive into Babylon, modern day Iraq. 2 Kings 17 and 20. It says, and the Lord rejected. Hold on, let me start up. This is 2 Kings 17 and 18. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. Why? Because we provoked the Most High to wrath by doing abominations before his eyes. All right? By the worship of other gods, and making unto ourselves idols. All right? It says, there was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. Right? And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel, inflicted them, and delivered them into the hand of the spoilers, until he had cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king. And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did, they departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he has said, by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land into Assyria unto this day. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and Cutha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. You see, so it was heathen that were placed in that land. All right. The Assyrians took the northern kingdom out of that land and planted other people into our land. Just as today, you have those Khazars, the Amalekites, all right, Edomites over there in our land. All right. 2 Kings 17 and 25. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake to the king of Syria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he has sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land. Then the king of Syria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom he brought from thence. You know, he had one of the Levite priests return to try and teach these heathen the ways of the Lord. All right. And let them go and dwell there, and let him teach them the manner of the Most High, the manner of the God of the land. All right. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Howbeit every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the houses of the high places which the Samaritans had made, every nation in the cities wherein they dwelt. All right. And the men of Babylon made Succoth-Benoth, and the men of Cuth made Nergal, and the men of Hamath made Ashima, and the Avites made Nebaz and Tartek, and the Sepharvites burnt their children in fire to Adramelech and Anamelech, the gods of Sepharvaim. So they feared the Lord, and made unto themselves the lowest of them priests from the high places, which sacrificed for them in the houses of the high places. They feared the Lord, and served their own gods after the manner of the nations whom they carried away from thence. You know, so they were doing after their ways, right, after their customs, from whence they came. Okay. Even as, you know, the Levite priest was brought back to try and teach them, you know, howbeit they were still keeping their own customs, just like them converts. You know, they call themselves, you know, those imposters, they call themselves Israelis, and call themselves keeping, you know, our customs, right? But they incorporate Satanism. All right. Let me get this next chapter. And just because, you know, you know, the heathen nations can't make it, simply, all right? The heathen have no part in our inheritance, nor will they be delivered, all right? Because the Most High is only dealing with his people. It's Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises, whose are the fathers, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all. God bless forever. Amen. All right. But the point being, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. All right. And that wasn't made. That was not made with all these other nations. All right. It only pertains to the nation of Israel. See, like it tells you in the NLT, Romans 9 and 4, they are the people of Israel, chosen to be the Most High's adopted children. God revealed his glory to them. He made covenants with them and gave them his law. He gave them the privilege of worshiping him and receiving his wonderful promises. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are their ancestors, and Hamashiach himself was an Israelite as far as his human nature is concerned. And he is power, the one who rules over everything and is worthy of eternal praise. Amen. All right. This is 2 Kings 18:9. And it came to pass in the fourth year of King Hezekiah, which was the 7th year of Hoshea, the son of Elah, king of Israel, that Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, came up against Samaria and besieged it. And at the end of 3 years, they took it. Even the 6th year of Hezekiah, that is the 9th year of Hosea, king of Israel, Samaria was taken. And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel unto Assyria, and put them in Halah, and in Habor by the river of Gazan, and in the cities of the Medes, because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord their power, but transgressed his covenant, and all that Moses the servant of the Lord commanded, and would not hear them, nor do them. Now in the 14th year of King Hezekiah did Sennacherib, king of Assyria, come up against all the fenced cities of Judah and took them. All right. But, the point was right there in 12. So, that's just a little context behind why pursuing Matthew 10:5, the Lord, I'm going to read it again, actually. This is Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth, talking about the disciples, and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as you go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, but with that, Lord willing, this has been quick and edifying. To the next one, I say Shalom, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Dash, and Shalom to the elect.